households, both alike owner where we lay our scene. From ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventured, piteous overthrows do with their death bury their parents' strife. The fearful passage of their death-marked love and the continuance of their parents' rage, which but their children's end naught could remove, is now the 2 hours' traffic of our stage, the which if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend.
Gregory, on my word, we'll not carry coals.
No, for them we should be colliers.
And we being collar will draw.
Oh, while you live, draw your neck out of the collar.
I strike quickly, being moved.
But thou art not quickly moved to strike.
A dog of the house of Montague moves me.
To move is to stir, and to be valiant is to stand. Therefore, if thou art moved, thou runst away.
A dog of that house shall move me to stand. I'll take the wall of any man or maid of Montague's.
That shows thee a weak slave.
Therefore, I will push Montague's men from the wall, and I'll thrust his maids to the wall.
The quarrel is between our masters and us, their men.
'Tis all one. I'll show myself a tyrant. When I fought with the men, I'll be civil with the maids. I'll cut off their heads.
The heads of the maids?
Aye, the heads of the maids are the maiden heads. Take it in what sense thou wilt.
No, they must take it in sense. That feel it.
Me they shall feel while I'm able to stand. 'Tis known I'm a pretty piece of flesh.
Well, thou art not fish.
Draw thy tool. Here comes to the house of the Montagues.
My naked weapon is out. Quarrel. I will back thee.
Oh, turn thy back and run.
Fear me not.
Marry, I fear thee.
Let us take the law of our sides. Let them begin.
I will frown as I pass by. Let them take it as they list.
Nay, as they dare. I will bite my thumb at them, which is a disgrace to them if they bear it.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
I do bite my thumb, sir.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?
Is the law of our side if I say aye?
No.
No, sir. I do not bite my thumb at you, sir, but I bite my thumb, sir.
Do you quarrel, sir?
Quarrel, sir? No, sir.
But if you do, sir, I am for you. I serve as good a man as you.
No better.
Well, sir.
Say better. Here comes Tybalt, one of my master's kinsmen.
Yes? Better, sir.
You lie.
Draw, if you be men. Gregory, remember thy swashing blow.
Hark, fools! Put up your swords! You know not what you do! What art thou drawn among these heartless hinds? Turn thee, Benvolio! Look upon thy death.
I do but keep the peace. Put up your sword, or man you to depart these men with me.
What, drawn and talk of peace? I hate the word as I hate hell, all Montagues and thee. Hell at thee, coward!
What noise is this? Give me my long sword. Ho!
A crutch, why call you for a sword?
My sword, I say. Old Montague has come and flourishes his blade in spite of me.
Thou villain, Capulet! Hold me, let me go!
I tried not to stir one step to see the fall.
The prince! The prince! The prince! The prince!
Rebellious subjects, enemies to peace, profaners of this neighbor state in steel. Will they not hear? What ho, you men! You beasts that quench the fire of your pernicious rage with purple fountains issuing from your veins? On pain of torture from those bloody hands, throw your mistempered weapons to the ground, and hear the sentence of your moved prince. 3 civil brawls, bred of an airy word, by thee, old Capulet, and Montague, have thrice disturbed the quiet of our streets,
and made Verona's ancient citizens cast by their grave beseeming ornaments to wield old partisans in hands as old. If ever you disturb our streets again, your lives shall pay the forfeit of the peace. For this time all the rest depart away. You, Capulet, shall go along with me. And Montague, come you this afternoon to know our further pleasure in this case, to old Freetown, our common judgment place. Once more, on pain of death, all men depart.
Who set this ancient quarrel on you abroach? Benvolio, were you by when it began?
Here were the servants of old Capulet and yours, good Uncle Montague. Close fighting ere I did approach. I drew to part them. In the instant came the fiery Tybalt, his sword prepared. While we were interchanging thrusts and blows, came more and fought on part and part, till the prince came, who parted either part.
Oh, where is Romeo? Saw you him today? Right glad I am he was not at this fray.
Madam, an hour before the worshipped sun peered forth the golden window of the east, a troubled mind drave me to walk abroad, where underneath the grove of sycamore that westward rooteth from the city's side, so early walking did I see your son. Toward him I made, but he was ware of me and stole into the covert of the wood. I, measuring his affections by my own, pursued my humor, not pursuing his, and gladly shunned who gladly fled from me.
Many a morning hath he there been seen, with tears augmenting the fresh morning's dew, adding to clouds more clouds with his deep sighs. But all so soon as the all-cheering sun should in the farthest corner of the east begin to draw the shady curtains from Aurora's bed, away from light steals home my heavy son, and private in his chamber pens himself, shuts up his windows, locks fair daylight out, and makes himself an artificial night. Black and portentous must this humor prove, unless good counsel may the cause remove.
See where he comes. So please you, step aside. I'll know his grievance or be much denied.
I would thou wert so happy by thy stay to hear true shrift. Come, madam, let's away.
Good morrow, cousin.
Is the day so young?
But new struck 9.
Ay me, sad hours seem long. Was that my father that went hence so fast?
It was. What sorrow lengthens Romeo's hours?
Not having that which having makes them short.
In love?
Out.
Of love?
Out of her favor where I am in love.
Alas, that love, so gentle in his view, should be so tyrannous and rough in proof.
Alas, that love, whose view is muffled still, should without eyes see pathways to his will. Where shall we dine? Oh, me, what fray was here? Yet tell me not, for I have heard it all. He has much to do with hate, but more with love. Why then, O brawling love, O loving hate, O anything of nothing first create, O heavy lightness, serious vanity, misshapen chaos of well-seeming forms, feather of lead, bright smoke, cold fire, sick health, still waking sleep that is not what it is. This love feel I that feel no love in this. Oh, dost thou not laugh?
No, cuz I rather weep.
Good heart at what?
At thy good heart's oppression.
Why, such is love's transgression. Griefs of mine own lie heavy in my breast, which thou would propagate to have it pressed with more of thine. This love which thou hast shown doth add more grief to too much of mine own. Love is a smoke raised with a fume of sighs, being purged, a fire sparkling in lover's eyes, being vexed, a sea nourished with lover's tears. What is it else? A madness most discreet, a choking gall and a preserving sweet. Farewell, my coz.
Soft, I will go along. And you leave me so, you do me wrong.
Oh, tart, I have lost myself. I am not here. This is not Romeo. He's some other where.
Tell me in sadness, who is it that you love?
In sadness, cousin, I do love a woman.
I aimed so right when, as I said, you loved.
A right good markman, and she's fair I love.
A right fair mark, fair cuz, is soonest hit.
Well, in that hit you miss. She'll not be hit with Cupid's arrow. She hath Dian's wit, and in strong proof of chastity, well armed. 'Gainst love's weak childish bow she lives unharmed. She will not stay the siege of loving terms, nor ope her lap to saint-seducing gold. Oh, she is rich in beauty, only poor that when she dies, with beauty dies her store.
Be ruled by me, forget to think of her.
Oh, teach me how I should forget to think.
By giving liberty unto thine eyes. Examine other beauties.
'Tis the way to call hers exquisite. In question more. These happy masks that kiss fair ladies' brows, being black, put us in mind they hide the fair. He that is struck and blind cannot forget the precious treasure of his eyesight lost. Show me the mistress who is passing fair. What doth her beauty serve but as a note where I may read, who passed that passing fair? Farewell, thou canst not teach me to forget.
I'll pay that doctrine, or else die in debt.
But Montague is bound as well as I, in penalty alike. And 'tis not hard, I think, for men as old as we to keep the peace.
Honourable reckoning are you both, and pity it is you lived at odds so long. But now, my good Lord Capulet, what say you to my suit?
But saying all what I have said before, my child is yet a stranger to the world. She hath not seen the change of 14 years. Let 2 more summers wither in their pride, ere we may think her ripe to be a bride.
Younger than she, our happy mother's maid.
And too soon marred are those so early made. The earth hath swallowed all my hopes, but she. But woo her, gentle Paris, get her heart. My will to her consent is but a part. This night I hold an old accustomed feast, whereto I have invited many a guest, such as I love, and you among the store. One more most welcome makes my number more. At my poor house, look to behold this night, earth-treading stars that make dark heaven light. Such comfort as do lusty young men feel, when well-apparelled April on the heel of limping winter treads. Even such delight among fresh female buds shall you this night inherit at my house. Hear all see, and like her most, whose merit most shall be. Come, go with me. Go, Peter. Trudge about through fair Verona. Find those persons out whose names are written there, and to them say, my house and welcome on their pleasure stay.
Find them out whose names are written here. It is written that the shoemaker should meddle with his yard, and the tailor with his last, the fisher with his pencil, and the painter with his nets. But I am sent to find those persons whose names are here writ, and can never find what names the writing person has here writ. I must to the learned.
Tut, man! One fire burns out another's burning. One pain is lessened by another's anguish.
In good time.
Turn giddy and be hoped by backward turning. One desperate grief cures with another's languish. Take thou some new infection to thine eye, and the rank poison of the old will die.
Your plantain leaf is excellent for that.
For what, I prithee?
For your broken shin.
What, Romeo, art thou mad?
Not mad, but bound more than a madman is. Shut up in prison, kept without my food, whipped and tormented. God den, good fellow.
God give good den. I pray, sir, can you read?
Aye, mine own fortune in my misery.
Perhaps you have learnt it without book. But I pray, can you read anything you see?
Aye, if I know the letters and the language.
He say honestly. Rest you merry.
Stay, fellow, I can read.
Oh.
Signor Martino and his wife and daughters, Count Anselmi and his beauteous sisters, the lady widow of Vitruvio, Signor Placentio and his lovely nieces, Mercutio and his brother Valentine, mine uncle Capulet, his wife and daughters, my fair niece, Rosaline, Livia, Signor Valentio and his cousin Tybalt, Lucio and the lively Helena. A fair assembly. Whither should they come?
Up.
Whither? To supper?
To our house.
Whose house?
My master's.
Indeed, I should have asked you that before.
Now I'll tell you without asking. My master is the great rich Capulet, and if you be not at the house of Montagues, I pray come and crush a cup of wine. Rest you merry.
At this same ancient feast of Capulets sups the fair Rosaline, whom thou so lovest, with all the admired beauties of Verona. Go thither, and with unattainted eye compare her face with some that I shall show, and I will make thee think thy swan a crow.
I'll go along. No such sight to be shown, but to rejoice in splendor of mine own.
Now, by my maidenhead, a 12-year-old, I bade her come. What lamb, what ladybird? God forbid, where's this girl? What Juliet?
How now, who calls?
your mother.
Madam, I'm here. What is your will?
This is the matter. Nurse, give leave a while. We must talk in secret.
Oh.
Nurse, come back again.
Oh.
I have remembered me thou'st hear our counsel. Thou knowest my daughter's of a pretty age.
Faith, I can tell her age under an hour.
She's not 14.
I lay 14 of my teeth, and yet to my teen be it spoken I have but 4. She's not 14. How long is it now to Lammastide?
A fortnight and odd days.
Even or odd of all days in the year, come Lammas Eve at night shall she be 14. Susan and she, God rest all Christian souls, were of an age. Well, Susan is with God. She was too good for me. But as I said, on Lammas Eve at night shall she be 14. That shall she marry. I remember it well. 'Tis since the earthquake now 11 years, and she was weaned, I never shall forget it, of all days of the year upon that day. For I had then laid wormwood to my dug, sitting in the sun under the dove-house wall. My lord and you were then at Mantua. Nay, I do bear a brain. But as I said, when it did taste the wormwood on the nipple of my dug, and felt it bitter, a pretty fool, to see it tetchy and fall out with the dug. Shake, quoth the dove-house. Oh, 'twas no need, I trow, to bid me trudge. And since that time it is 11 years, for then she could stand high lone. Nay, by the rood she could have run and waddled all about, for even the day before she broke her brow. And then my husband, God be with his soul, he was a merry man, took up the child. Yea, quoth he, dost thou fall upon thy face? Thou wilt fall backward when thou hast more wit. Wilt thou not, Jule? And by my holy dame, the pretty wretch left crying, and said I, to see now how a jest shall come about. I wot until I should live to be 1,000 years, I never should forget it. Wilt thou not, Jule, quoth he? A pretty fool instinted, said I.
Enough of this, I prithee, hold thy peace.
Yes, madam. Yet I cannot choose but laugh. To think it should leave crying and say I. And yet I warrant it had upon its brow a bump as big as a young cockerel stone, a perilous knock, and it cried bitterly. Yea, quoth my husband, fall'st thou upon thy face? Thou wilt fall backward when thou comest to age. Wilt thou not, Jule, it stinted, said I?
Stint thou too, I prithee, nurse, say I.
Oh, peace I have done. Ah, God mark thee to his grace. Thou wast the prettiest babe that e'er I nursed, and I might live to see thee married once I have my wish.
Marry, that marry is the very theme I came to talk of. Tell me, daughter Juliet, how stands your disposition to be married?
It is an honor that I dream not of.
Well, think of marriage now. Younger than you here in Verona, ladies of esteem are made already mothers. By my count, I was your mother much upon these years that you are now a maid. Thus then, in brief, the valiant Paris seeks you for his love.
A man, young lady, lady, such a man as all the world. Why, he's a man of wax.
Verona's summer hath not such a flower.
Nay, he's a flower, in faith, a very flower.
What say you? Can you love the gentleman? This night you shall behold him at our feast. Read o'er the volume of young Paris' face, and find delight writ there with beauty's pen. Examine every married lineament, and see how one another lends content. And what obscured in this fair volume lies, find written in the margin of his eyes. Speak briefly. Can you like of Paris, love?
I'll look to like, if looking, liking move. But no more deep will I endart mine eye than your consent gives strength to make it fly.
Madam, the guests are come, supper served up, you called, my young lady asked for, the nurse cursed in the pantry, and everything in extremity. I must hence to wait. I beseech you, follow straight.
We follow thee. Juliet, the county stays.
Go, girl, seek happy nights to happy days.
bespoke for our excuse, or shall we on without apology?
Oh, the date is out of such prolixity. We'll have no Cupid hoodwinked with a scarf, bearing a Tartar's painted bow of lath, scaring the ladies like a crow-keeper, but let them measure us by what they will. We'll measure them a measure, and be gone.
Give me a torch. I am not for this ambling. Being but heavy, I will bear the light.
Nay, gentle Romeo, we must have you dance.
Not I, believe me. You have dancing shoes with nimble soles. I have a soul of lead, so stakes me to the ground I cannot move.
You are a lover. Borrow Cupid's wings and soar with them above a common bound.
I am too sore and pierced with his shaft to soar with his light feathers. And so bound, I cannot bound a pitch above dull woe. Under love's heavy burden do I sink.
And to sink in it should you burden love. Too great oppression for a tender thing.
Is love a tender thing? It is too rough, too rude, too boisterous, and it pricks like thorn.
If love be rough with you, be rough with love. Prick love for pricking, and you beat love down. Give me a case to put my visage in. A visor for a visor. What care I what curious eye doth coat deformities? Here are the beetle brows shall blush for me.
Come, knock and enter, and no sooner in, but every man betake him to his legs.
And we mean well in going to this mask, but 'tis no wit to go.
Why, may one ask?
I dreamt a dream tonight.
And so did I.
Well, what was yours?
That dreamers often lie.
In bed asleep while they do dream things true.
Then I see Queen Mab has been with you.
Queen Mab? What's she?
She is the fairies' middiff. And she comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone on the forefinger of an alderman, drawn with a team of little atomies. Athwart men's noses as they lie asleep, her wagon spokes are made of long spinners' legs, the cover of the wings of grasshoppers, the traces of the smallest spider's web, her colors of the moonshine's watery beams. Her whip of cricket's bones, the lash of film, her wagoner, a small grey-coated gnat, not half so big as a round little worm pricked from the lazy fingers of a maid. Her chariot is an empty hazelnut, made by the joiner's squirrel or old grub. Time out of mind the fairies' coachmakers. And in this state, she gallops night by night through lovers' brains, and then they dream of love. Or courtiers' knees who dream on curtsies straight, or lawyers' fingers who straight dream on fees, or ladies' lips who straight on kisses dream. Which oft the angry Mab with blisters plagues, because their breaths with sweetmeats tainted are. Sometimes she gallops on a lawyer's lap, and then dreams he of smelling out a suit. Sometimes comes she with a tithe pig's tail, tickling a parson's nose that lies asleep, and then dreams he of another benefice. Sometimes she driveth on a soldier's neck, and then dreams he of cutting foreign throats, of breaches, ambuscados, Spanish blades, of healths 5 fathoms deep, and then anon drums in his ears, at which he wakes and starts. And being thus frighted, swears a prayer or two, and sleeps again. This is that very Mab that plats the manes of horses in the night and bakes the elf-locks in foul, sluttish hair, which once untangled much misfortune breeds. This is the hag, when maids lie on their back, that presses them and learns them how to bear, making them women of good carriage. This is she.
Peace, peace, Mercutio, peace, thou talkst of nothing.
True, I talk of dreams, which are the children of an idle brain, begot of nothing but vain fantasy, as thin of substance as the air, and more inconstant than the wind who woos even now the frozen bosom of the north, and being angered, puffs away in haste, turning his face to the dew-dropping south.
This wind you talk of blows us from ourselves. Supper is done, and we shall come too late.
I fear too early, for my mind misgives. Some consequence yet hanging in the stars shall bitterly begin his fearful date with this night's revels, and expire the term of a despised life closed in my breast, with some vile forfeit of untimely death. But he that hath the steerage of my course, direct my sail. On, lusty gentlemen!
On! Strike! Run!
Welcome, gentlemen. Ladies that have their toes unplagued with corns will have a bout with you. Ah, my mistresses, which of you all will now deny to dance? She that makes dainties, she, I'll swear, hath corns. I might come near you now. Welcome, gentlemen. I have seen the day that I have worn a visor, and could tell a whispering tale in a fair lady's ear, such as would please. 'Tis gone, 'tis gone, 'tis gone. You're welcome, gentlemen. Come, musicians, play. A hall, give room, and foot it, girls. More light, you knaves, and turn the tables up, and quench the fire. The room is grown too hot. Ah, sirrah, this unlooked-for sport comes well. Nay, sit, sit, good cousin Capulet, for you and I are past our standing days. How long is it now since last yourself and I were in a mask?
By your lady, 30 years.
What, man? 'Tis not so much, 'tis not so much. 'Tis since the nuptial of Lucentio. Come Pentecost as quickly as it will. Some 25 years, and then we masked.
'Tis more, 'tis more. His son is elder, sir. His son is 30.
Will you tell me that? His son was but a ward 2 years ago. Good youths, i' faith. Ah, youths are jolly things.
What lady's that which doth enrich the hand of yonder knight?
I know not, sir.
Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright. It seems she hangs upon the cheek of night, like a rich jewel in an Ethiop's ear. Beauty too rich for use, for earth too dear. Did my heart love till now? Forswear its sight, I never saw true beauty till this night.
This by his voice should be a Montague. Fetch hither my rapier, boy. What dares the slave come hither covered with an antic face to fleer and scorn at our solemnity? Now by the stock and honour of my kin, to strike him dead I hold it not a sin.
Why, how now, kinsman? Wherefore storm you so?
Uncle, this is a Montague, our foe. A villain hither come in spite to scorn at our solemnity this night.
Young Romeo, is it?
'Tis he, that villain Romeo.
Content thee, gentle coz, let him alone. He bears him like a portly gentleman. And to say truth, Verona brags of him to be a virtuous and well-governed youth. I would not for the wealth of all this town here in my house do him disparagement. Therefore be patient. Take no note of him. It is my will, the which if thou respect, show a fair presence and put off these frowns, an ill-beseeming semblance for a feast.
It fits when such a villain is a guest. I'll not endure him.
He shall be endured. What, goodman boy? I say he shall go too. Am I the master here, or you? Go too. You'll not endure him. God shall mend my soul. You'll make a mutiny among my guests. You'll set cock a hoop. You'll be the man.
Why, uncle, 'tis a shame.
Go too. You're a saucy boy. Is't so indeed? This trick may chance to scathe you, I know what. You must contrary me. Marry, 'tis time. Well said, my hearts. You are a plinkox. Go.
Uncle.
Be quiet up. More light. For shame. I'll make you quiet. What cheerly, my hearts?
I will withdraw, but this intrusion shall, now seeming sweet, convert to bitter gall.
If I profane with my unworthiest hand this holy shrine, the gentle fine is this, my lips two blushing pilgrims ready stand, to smooth the rough touch with a gentle kiss.
good pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much, which mannerly devotion shows in this. For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss.
Have not saints lips, and holy palmers too?
I, pilgrim, lips that they must use in prayer.
Oh, then, dear saint, let lips do what hands do. They pray. Grant thou, lest faith turn to despair.
Saints do not move, though grant for prayer's sake.
Then move not while my prayer's effect I take. Thus from my lips by thine my sin is purged.
Then have my lips the sin that they have took.
Sin from my lips? Oh, trespass sweetly urged. Give me my sin again.
You kiss by the book.
Madam! Madam, your mother craves a word with you.
What is her mother?
Mary Bachelor. Her mother is the lady of the house, and a good lady, and a wise, and a virtuous. I nursed her daughter that you talked withal. I tell you, he that can lay hold on her shall have the chinks.
Is she a Capulet? Oh, dear account, my life is my foe's thrall.
Away begone, the sport is at the best.
Aye, so I fear. The more is my unrest.
Nay, gentlemen, prepare not to be gone. We have a trifling, foolish banquet toward.
Lord, 'tis late.
Is it so? Why then, I thank you all. I thank you, honest gentlemen. Good night. All torches here. Come on then, let's to bed. Ah, sirrah, by my fay, it waxes late. I'll to my rest.
Come hither, nurse. What is yon gentleman?
The son and heir of old Tiberio.
What's he that now is going out of door?
Marry, that I think be young Petruchio.
What's he that follows there? That would not dance?
I know not.
Go ask his name. If he be married, my grave is like to be my wedding bed.
His name is Romeo and a Montague, the only son of your great enemy.
My only love, sprung from my only hate, too early seen, unknown, and known too late. Prodigious birth of love it is to me, that I should love my loathed enemy.
What's this? What's this?
A rhyme I learnt even now of one I danced withal.
Juliet?
Anon, anon. Come away, the strangers all are gone.
I go forward when my heart is here? Turn back, dull earth, and find thy centre out.
Romeo, my cousin, Romeo!
He is wise, and on my life hath stolen him home to bed.
He ran this way and leapt the orchard wall. Call, good Mercutio.
Call? Nay, I'll conjure too. Romeo, humours. Madman, passion, lover, appear thou in the likeness of a sigh. Speak but one rhyme, and I am satisfied. Cry but army, pronounce but love and dove. Speak to my gossip Venus one fair word, one nickname for her purblind son in air, young Adam Cupid, he that shot so trim when King Cophetua loved the beggar wench. He heareth not, he stirreth not, he moveth not. The ape is dead, and I must conjure him. I conjure thee by Rosaline's bright eyes, by her high forehead and her scarlet lip, fine foot, straight leg, and quivering thigh, and the domains that there adjacent lie, that in thy likeness thou appear to us.
And if he hear thee, thou wilt anger him.
This cannot anger him. My invocation is fair and honest, and in his mistress' name I conjure but to raise up him. Romeo, good night. I'll to my truckle bed. This field bed is too cold for me to sleep. Come, shall we go?
Go then, for 'tis but vain to seek him here that means not to be found.
He jests at scars that never felt a wound. But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief that thou, her maid, art far more fair than she. Be not unmade, since she is envious. Her vestal livery is but sick and green, and none but fools do wear it. Cast it off. It is my lady. Oh, it is my love. Oh, that she knew she were. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses, I will answer it. I am too bold, 'tis not to me she speaks. Two of the fairest stars in all the heavens, having some business, do entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they return. What if her eyes were there, they in her head? The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars as daylight doth the lamp. Her eyes in heaven would through the airy region stream so bright that birds would sing and think it were not night. See how she leans her cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek.
Ay me.
She speak. Oh, speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious to this night, being o'er my head, as is a winged messenger of heaven unto the white upturned wondering eyes of mortals, who fall back to gaze on him when he bestrides the lazy pacing clouds and sails upon the bosom of the air.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name. Or if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak of this?
'Tis but thy name that is mine enemy. Thou art thyself, though not a Montague. What's Montague? It is not hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Oh, be some other name. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called. Retain that dear perfection which he owes without that title. Romeo doff thy name, and for thy name which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I never will be Romeo.
What man art thou, that thus bescreened in night so stumblest on my counsel?
By a name I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself because it is an enemy to thee. Had I it written, I would tear the word.
My ears have not yet drunk 100 words of thy tongue's utterance, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo, and a Montague?
Neither, fair maid, if either thee dislike.
How camest thou hither, tell me, and wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place death, considering who thou art, if any of my kinsmen find thee here.
With love's light wings did I o'erperch these walls, for stony limits cannot hold love out. And what love can do, that dares love attempt, therefore thy kinsmen are no let to me.
If they do find thee, they will murder thee.
Alack, there lies more peril in thine eye than 20 of their swords. Look thou but sweet, and I am proof against their enmity.
I would not for the world they found thee here.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their eyes. And but thou love me, let them find me here. Life were better ended by their hate than death prorogued wanting of thy love.
By whose directions foundst thou out this place?
By love, who first did prompt me to inquire. He lent me counsel, and I lent him eyes. I am no pilot, but wert thou as far as that vast shore, washed with the farthest sea, I would adventure for such merchandise.
Thou knowest the mask of night is o'er my face. Else would a maiden blush bepaint my cheek for that which thou hast heard me speak tonight. Fain would I dwell on form, fain deny what I have spoke. But farewell compliment. Dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thy word. Yet if thou swearst, thou mayst prove false, and lovers' perjuries, they say, Jove laughs. O gentle Romeo, if thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. Or if thou thinkst I am too quickly won, I'll frown and be perverse, and say thee nay, so thou wilt woo, but else not for the world. In truth, fair Montague, I am too fond, and therefore thou mayst think my behavior light. But trust me, gentlemen, I'll prove more true than those that have more cunning to be strange. I should have been more strange, I must confess, but that thou overheardst ere I was ware my true love's passion. Therefore pardon me, and not impute this yielding to light love, which the dark night hath so discovered.
Lady, by yonder blessed moon, I swear, that tips with silver all these fruit tree tops.
Oh, swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon that monthly changes in her circled orb, lest that thy love prove likewise variable.
What shall I swear by?
Do not swear at all, or if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, which art the god of my idolatry, and I'll believe thee.
If my heart's dear love...
Well, do not swear, although I joy in thee. I have no joy of this contract tonight. It is too rash, too unadvised, too sudden, too like the lightning which doth cease to be ere one can say it lightens. Sweet, good night. This bud of love by summer's ripening breath may prove a beauteous flower when next we meet. Good night, good night, as sweet repose and rest come to thy heart as that within my breast.
Or wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What satisfaction canst thou have tonight?
The exchange of thy love's faithful vow for mine.
I gave thee mine before thou didst request it, and yet I would it were to give again.
Wouldst thou withdraw it? For what purpose, love?
But to be frank, and give it thee again. And yet I wish but for the thing I have. My bounty is as boundless as the sea, my love as deep. The more I give to thee, the more I have, for both are infinite.
Madam,
I hear some noise within. Dear love, adieu.
Juliet.
Anon, good nurse. Sweet Montague, be true. Stay but a little. I will come again.
Oh, blessed, blessed night. I am afeard being in night. All this is but a dream, too flattering, sweet to be substantial.
3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If that thy bent of love be honorable, thy purpose marriage, send me word tomorrow by one that I'll procure to come to thee where and what time thou wilt perform the rite. And all my fortunes at thy feet I'll lay, and follow thee, my lord, throughout the world.
Lady.
I come anon, but if thou mean'st not well, I do beseech thee.
Madam.
By and by I come to seize thy suit, and leave me to my grief. Tomorrow will I send.
So thrive, my soul.
1,000 times good night.
1,000 times the worse to want thy light. Love goes toward love as schoolboys from their books. Love from love toward school with heavy looks.
Hist. Romeo? Hist. Oh, for a falconer's voice to lure this tassel gentle back again. Bondage is hoarse and may not speak aloud, else would I tear the cave where echo lies, and make her airy tongue more hoarse than mine with repetition of my Romeo's name. Romeo!
It is my soul that calls upon thy name. How silver sweet sound lovers' tongues by night, like softest music to attending ears.
Romeo!
My dear.
At what o'clock tomorrow shall I send to thee?
At the hour of 9.
I will not fail. 'Tis 20 years till then. I have forgot why I did call thee back.
Let me stay here till thou remember it.
I should forget to have thee still stay there, remembering how I love thy company.
And I'll still stay to have thee still forget, forgetting any other home but this.
'Tis almost morning. I would have thee gone. Oh. And yet no farther than a wanton's bird that lets it hop a little from her hand, like a poor prisoner in his twisted gyves, and with a silk thread plucks it back again, so loving jealous of his liberty.
I would I were thy bird.
Sweet, so would I. Yet I would kill thee with much cherishing. Good night. Good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow that I shall say, good night, till it be morrow.
Sleep dwell upon thine eyes, peace in thy breast. Would I were sleep and peace, so sweet to rest. Now will I to my ghostly father's cell, his help to crave, and my dear hap to tell.
The grey-eyed morn smiles on the frowning night, checkering the eastern clouds with streaks of light, and flecked darkness like a drunkard reels from forth day's path and tightens fiery wheels. Now, ere the sun advance his burning eye, the day to cheer and night's dank dew to dry, I must upfill this osier cage of ours with baleful weeds and precious juiced flowers. The earth that is nature's mother is her tomb. What is her burial grave, that is her womb. And from her womb children of divers kind we sucking on her natural bosom find. Many for many virtues excellent, none but for some, and yet all different. Oh, mickle is the powerful grace that lies in herbs, plants, stones, and their true qualities, for naught so vile that on the earth doth live, but to the earth some special good doth give. Nor aught so good, but straying from fair use, revolts from true birth, stumbling on abuse. Virtue itself turns vice, being misapplied, and vice by action sometimes is dignified. Within the infant rind of this small flower, poison hath residence, and medicine power. For this, being smelt, with that part cheers each part, being tasted, slays all senses of the heart. Two such opposed foes encamp themselves in man, as well as herbs, grace and rude will. And where the worser is predominant, full soon the canker death eats up that blood.
Good morrow, father.
Benedicite, what early tongue so soon saluteth me? Young son, it argues a distempered head so soon to bid good morrow to thy bed. Care keeps his watch in every old man's eye, and where care lodges, sleep may never lie. But where unbruised youth with unstuffed brain doth couch his limbs, there golden sleep doth reign. Therefore thy earliness doth me assure thou art uproused by some distemperature, and if not so, then here I hit it right. Our Romeo hath not been in bed tonight.
That last is true. The sweeter rest was mine.
God pardon sin. Wert thou with Rosaline?
With Rosaline, my ghostly father? No, I have forgotten that name, and that name's woe.
That's my good son. But where hast thou been, then?
I tell thee ere thou ask it me again. I have been feasting with mine enemy, when on a sudden one hath wounded me, that's by me wounded. Both our remedies within thy help and holy physic lies. I bear no hatred, blessed man, for lo, my intercession likewise steads my foe.
Be plain, my son, and homely in thy drift. Riddling confession finds but riddling shrift.
Then plainly know my heart's dear love is set on the fair daughter of rich Capulet. As mine on hers, so hers is set on mine, and all combined, save what thou must combine by holy marriage. When and where and how we met, we wooed, we made exchange of vow, I'll tell ye as we pass. But this I pray, that thou consents to marry us today.
Holy St. Francis, what a change is here. Is Rosaline that thou didst love so dear, so soon forsook? Lo, young men's love then lies not truly in their hearts, but in their eyes. Jesu Maria, what a deal of brine hath washed thy sallow cheeks for Rosaline. How much salt water thrown away in waste to season love that of love doth not taste. Lo, here upon thy cheek the stain doth sit of an old tear that is not washed off yet. If e'er thou wast thyself and these woes thine, thou and thy woes were all for Rosaline. And art thou changed? Pronounce this sentence then. Women may fall when there's no strength in men.
Thou chidst me oft for loving Rosaline.
For doting, not for loving, pupil mine.
And badst me bury love.
Not in a grave to lay one in, another out to have.
I pray thee, chide not. She whom I love now doth grace for grace and love for love allow. The other did not so.
Oh, she knew well thy love did read by rote, and could not spell.
Ah.
But come, young waverer, come, go with me. In one respect, I'll thy assistant be. For this alliance may so happy prove to turn the rancor of your households to pure love.
Oh, let us hence, I stand in sudden haste.
Wisely and slow, they stumble that run fast.
Melchitiam, Abbey captive dans tes yeux, qui, madame, remplie d'un sourire gracieux. Melchitiam, Abbey captive dans tes yeux, qui,
Romeo be? Came he not home tonight?
Not to his father's. I spoke with his man.
Ah, that same pale, hard-hearted wench, that Rosaline, torments him so that he will sure run mad.
Tybalt, the kinsman to old Capulet, hath sent a letter to his father's house.
A challenge on my life.
Romeo will answer it.
Any man that can write may answer a letter.
Nay, he will answer the letter's master, how he dares, being dared.
Alas, poor Romeo, he is already dead. Stabbed with the white wench's black eye, shot through the ear with the love song, the very pin of his heart cleft with the blind bow boy's butt shaft. And is he a man to encounter Tybalt?
Why? What is Tybalt?
More than a prince of cats, I can tell you. Oh, he's the courageous captain of compliments. He fights as you sing prick songs, keeps time, distance, and proportion, rests me his minim, rest, 1, 2, and the third in your bosom. Oh, the very butcher of a silk button. A duelist, a gentleman of the very first house of the first and second cause. Ah, the immortal passado, the punto reverso, the high.
The what?
A pox on such antic, lisping, affecting fantasticos, these new tuners of accents. By Jez, you are very good blade, a very tall man, a very good whore. Is it not a lamentable case, old grandsire, that we should be still afflicted with these strange flies, these fashion mongers, these pardonnez-mois, who stand so much on the new form they cannot sit at ease on the old bench? Oh, they're bons, they're bons.
Here comes Romeo. Here comes Romeo.
Without his roe, like a dried herring.
Good morrow to you both.
Oh, flesh, how art thou fishified? Senor Romeo, bonjour. The French courtesy to your French slop. You gave us the counterfeit fairly last night.
What counterfeit did I give you?
The slip, can you not conceive?
Oh, pardon, good Mercutio. My business was great, and in such a case as mine, a man may strain courtesy.
That is as much as to say such a case as yours constrains a man to bow in the ham.
Meaning to courtesy?
Thou hast most rightly hit it.
A most courteous exposition.
Nay, I am the very pink of courtesy.
Pink for flower?
Right.
Why then is my pump well flowered?
Well said. Now follow me this jest until thou hast worn out thy pump, that when the single soul of it is worn, the jest may remain, after the wearing, solely singular.
Oh, single soul jest, solely singular for the singleness.
Benvolio, come between us, my wit fails.
Switch and spurs, our climax.
Nay, if thy wits run the wild goose chase, I have done. Now, is not this better than groaning for love? Now art thou sociable, now art thou thyself, now art thou what thou art, as well as my art as nature. For this drivelling love is like a great natural that runs, lolling up and down, to hide his bauble in a hole.
Oh, stop there, stop
What,
there.
would you have me stop with the bauble?
Here's goodly gear.
Peter!
A sail, a sail, a sail.
Two, a shirt and a smock.
Peter?
And on?
My fan, Peter.
Peter, to hide her face, for the fan's the fairer of the two.
God ye good morrow, gentlemen.
God ye good den, fair gentlewoman.
Oh, is it good day?
It is no less, I assure you, for the bawdy hand of the dial is now upon the prick of noon.
Out upon you, what a man are you.
One gentlewoman that God hath made for himself to mar.
By my troth, well said, for himself to mar, quotha. Gentlemen, can any of you tell me where one may find young Romeo?
I can, but young Romeo will be elder when you have found him than he was when you sought him. I am the youngest of that name, for fault of a worse.
You say well.
Yea, is the worst well? Oh, well noted. Wisely, wisely, wisely.
If you be he, sir, I desire some conference with you.
She will indict him to some supper.
Aboard, aboard, aboard.
Why, what has found then?
No hare, sir, unless it be a hare in a Lenten pie that is something stale and hoar ere it be eaten. An old hare whore and an old hare whore is very good meat in Lent. But a hare that is hoar is too much by a score. If it hoar, if it hoar, if it hoar. If it hoar ere it be spent. Romeo, will you come to your father's? We'll to dinner thither.
I will follow you.
Farewell, ancient lady. Farewell, lady.
Marry, farewell. I pray you, sir, what saucy merchant was this that was so full of his ropery?
A gentleman nurse that loves to hear himself talk. and he will speak more in a minute than he will stand to in a month.
Now speak anything against me, I'll take him down, and a lustier than he is, and 20 such jacks. And if I cannot outfind those that shall, scurvy knave, I'm none of his flirgils, I'm none of his skeins mates. And Peter, thou must stand by too and suffer every knave to use me at his pleasure.
I saw no man use you at his pleasure. If I had, my weapon should quickly have been out, I warrant you. I dare draw as soon as another man if I see occasion in a good quarrel and the law on my side.
Now, afore God, I am so vexed that every part about me quivers. Scurvy knave. Pray you, sir, a word. And as I told you, my young lady bade me inquire you out. What she bade me say, I will keep to myself. But first let me tell you, if you should lead her into a fool's paradise, as they say, it were a very gross kind of behaviour, as they say, for the gentlewoman is young, and therefore if you should deal double with her, truly it were an ill thing to be offered to any gentlewoman, and very weak dealing.
Nurse, commend me to thy lady and thy mistress. Tell her I protest.
Good heart, and in faith I will tell her as much. Lord, Lord, she will be a joyful woman.
But what wilt thou tell her, nurse? Thou dost not mark me.
I will tell her, sir, that you do protest, which, as I take it, is a gentlemanlike proffer.
Bid her devise some means to come to Shrift this afternoon, and there she shall at Friar Laurence cell be shrived and married.
Oh.
Here's for thy pains.
Oh, no, truly, sir, not a penny.
Oh, go to, I say you shall.
This afternoon, sir. Well, she shall be there.
And stay, good nurse, behind the abbey wall. Within this hour my man shall be with thee, and bring thee cords made like a tackle stair, which to the high top gallant of my joy must be my convoy in the secret night. Farewell. Be trusty, and I'll quit thy pains. Farewell. Commend me to thy mistress.
Now God in heaven bless thee. Hark you, sir.
What sayest thou, my dear nurse?
Is your man secret? Did you ne'er hear say, two may keep counsel, putting one away?
I warrant thee my man's as true as steel.
Well, sir, oh, my mistress is the sweetest lady. Lord, Lord, when 'twas a little prating thing. Oh, there is a gentleman in town, one Paris, that would fain lay knife aboard. But she, good soul, had as lief see a toad, a very toad, as see him. I anger her sometimes and tell her that Paris is the proper man. But I'll warrant you when I say so, she looks as pale as any clout in the Murcell world.
Commend me to thy lady.
Aye, 1,000 times. Peter?
Anon.
Peter, take my fan and go before. And peace.
Struck 9 when I did send my nurse. In half an hour she promised to return. Perchance she cannot meet him. That's not so. Oh, she is lame. Love's herald should be thoughts which 10 times swifter glide than the sun's beams, driving back shadows over lowering hills. Therefore do nimble-pinioned doves draw love, and therefore hath the wind-swift Cupid wings. Now is the sun upon the highmost hill of this day's journey, and from 9 to 12 is 3 long hours, and yet she is not come. Had she affections and warm youthful blood, she'd be as swift in motion as a ball. My words would bandy her to my sweet love, and his to me. But old folks many fain as they were dead, unwieldy, slow, heavy, and pale as lead. Oh, God, she comes! Oh, honey nurse, what news? Hast thou met with him? Send thy man away.
Peter, stay at the gate.
Now, good sweet nurse.
Oh,
Lord, why look'st thou sad?
I am a-weary, give me leave a while. Fie, how my bones ache, what a jaunt have I had.
I would thou hadst my bones, and I thy news. Nay, come, I prithee, speak. Good nurse, speak.
Jesu, what haste, cannot stay a while. Do you not see that I am out of breath?
How art thou out of breath when thou hast breath to say to me that thou art out of breath?
Well, you have made a simple choice. You know not how to choose a man. Romeo? Oh, no, not he. Though his face be better than any man's, yet his leg excels all men's. And for a hand and a foot and a body, though they be not to be talked on, yet they are past compare. He's not the flower of courtesy, but I'll warrant him as gentle as a lamb. Go thy ways, wench, serve God. What? Have you dined at home?
Oh, no, but all this did I know before. What says he of our marriage? What of that?
Lord, how my head aches. What a head have I. It beats and it would fall in 20 pieces. My back on t'other side. Oh, my back, my back. Ah, beshrew your heart for sending me about to catch my death with jaunting up and down.
I' faith, I'm sorry that thou art not well. Oh, sweet, sweet, sweetness. Tell me what says my love.
Your love says, like an honest gentleman, and a courteous, and a kind, and a handsome, and I warrant a virtuous. Where's your mother?
Where is my mother? Why, she is within. Where should she be? How oddly thou repliest. Thy love says, like an honest gentleman, where is your mother?
Oh, God's lady dear, are you so hot to marry? Come up, I trow. Is this the poultice for my aching bones? Henceforward do your messages yourself.
Here's such a coil. Come. What says Romeo?
Have you got leave to go to shrift today?
I have.
Then hie you hence to Friar Laurence cell. There stays a husband to make you a wife. Now comes the wanton blood up in your cheeks. They'll be in scarlet straight at any news. Hie you to church. I must another way to fetch a ladder, by the which your love must climb a bird's nest soon when it is dark. I am the drudge and toil in your delight, but you shall bear the burden soon at night. Go, I'll to dinner, hie you to the cell.
Hie to high fortune. Honest nurse, farewell.
So smile the heavens upon this holy act, that after hours with sorrow chide us not.
Amen, amen. But come what sorrow can, it cannot countervail the exchange of joy that one short minute gives me in her sight. Do thou but join our hands with holy words. Then, love-devouring death, do what he dare, it is enough I may but call her mine.
These violent delights have violent ends, and in their triumph die, as fire and powder, which ere they kiss, consume. The sweetest honey is loathsome in its own deliciousness, and in the taste confounds the appetite. Therefore love moderately. Long love doth so. Too swift arrives as tardy as too slow. Here comes the lady. Oh, so light a foot will ne'er wear out the everlasting flint. A lover may bestride the gossamer that idles in the wanton summer air, and yet not fall. So light is vanity.
Good even to my ghostly confessor.
Romeo shall thank thee, daughter, for us both.
As much to him, else is his thanks too much.
Ah, Juliet, if the measure of thy joy be heaped like mine, and that thy skill be more to blazon it, then sweeten with thy breath this neighbor air, and let rich music's tongue unfold the imagined happiness that both receive in either by this dear encounter.
Conceit, more rich in matter than in words, brags of his substance, not of ornament. They are but beggars that can count their worth. But my true love is grown to such excess, I cannot sum up some of half my wealth.
Come with me, and we will make short work, For by your leaves you shall not stay alone, till Holy Church incorporate two in one.
I pray thee, good Mercutio, let's retire. The day is hot, Capulet's abroad. If we meet, we shall not escape a brawl. For now these hot days is the mad blood stirring.
Thou art like one of those fellows that when he enters the confines of a tavern, claps me his rapier on the board and says, God send me no need of thee. And at the operation of the second cup, draws it on the drawer when indeed there is no need.
Am I like such a fellow?
Come, come. Thou art as hot a jack in thy mood as any in Italy, and as soon moved to be moody, and as soon moody to be moved.
And what two?
Nay, and there were two such, we should have none shortly, for one would kill the other. Thou! Why, thou wilt quarrel with a man that hath a hair more or a hair less in his beard than thou hast. Thou wilt quarrel with a man for cracking nuts, for no other reason but because thou hast hazel eyes. Thy head is as full of quarrels as an egg is full of meat, and yet thy head hath been beaten as addled as an egg for quarreling. Didst thou not quarrel with a man for coughing in the street because he hath wakened thy dog that lay asleep in the sun? Didst thou not fall out with the tailor for wearing his new doublet before Easter, with another for tying his new shoes with an old riband? And yet thou wilt tutor me for quarreling.
And I was so apt to quarrel as thou art, any man could buy the fee simple of my life for an hour and a quarter.
The fee simple, oh, simple.
Follow me close, for I will speak with them.
By my head, here comes Tybalt.
By my heel, I cannot.
Gentlemen, God damn, a word with one of you.
But one word with one of us? Oh, couple it with something. Make it a word and a blow.
You shall find me apt enough to that, sir, and you shall give me occasion.
Could you not take some occasion without giving?
Mercutio, thou consorts with Romeo.
Consort? What? Dost thou make us minstrels? And thou make minstrels of us look to hear nothing but discords. Here's my fiddlestick. Here's that shall make you dance. Soons. Consort.
We talk here in the public haunt of men. Either withdraw into some private place, or reason coldly of your grievances, or else depart. Here all eyes gaze on us.
Man's eyes were made to look, and let them gaze. I will not budge for no man's pleasure I.
Well, peace be with you, sir. Here comes my man.
But I'll be hanged, sir, if he wear your livery. Marry go before the field, he'll be your follower. Your worship in that sense may call him man.
Romeo, the love I bear thee can afford no better term than this. Thou art a villain.
Tybalt, the reason that I have to love thee doth much excuse the appertaining rage to such a greeting. Villain am I none. Therefore farewell, I see thou knowest me not.
Boy! This shall not excuse the injuries that thou hast done me. Therefore turn and draw.
I do protest I never injured thee, but loved thee better than thou canst devise, till thou shalt know the reason for my love. Therefore, good Capulet, which name I tender as dearly as mine own, be satisfied.
Oh, calm, dishonorable, vile submission. A la staccata carries it away. Tybalt, you rat catcher, will you walk?
What wouldst thou have with me?
Nothing, good king of cats, but one of your 9 lives that I mean to make bold withal. And as you shall use me hereafter, dry beat the rest of the 8. Come, will you draw your sword out of its pilcher by the ears? Make haste, lest mine be about your ears ere it be out.
Come, sir. I am for you.
Good Mercutio, put thy rapier up.
Come, sir, your passado.
Draw, Benvolio, beat down their weapons. Gentlemen, for shame, forbear this outrage. Oh! Tybalt! Mercutio! The prince expressly hath forbade this banding in Verona's streets. Hold! Tybalt! Good Mercutio!
Mercutio.
I am hurt. A plague on both your houses. I am spread. What? Is he gone and hath nothing?
What? Art thou hurt?
Aye, a scratch, a scratch. Marry, 'tis enough. Where's my place?
Sir.
Go, villain, fetch a surgeon.
Courage, man, the hurt cannot be much.
No, 'tis not so deep as a well. nor so wide as a church door, but 'tis enough. 'Twill serve. Ask for me tomorrow, and you shall find me a grave man. A plague on both your houses. I am peppered, I warrant, for this world. Thorns, a dog, a cat, a rat to scratch a man to death, a braggart, a rogue, a villain that fights by the book of arithmetic. Why the devil came you between us? I was hurt under your arm.
I thought all for the best.
Benvolio, help me into some house, or I shall faint. A plague on both your houses. They have made worms meat of me. I have it, and soundly too. Your house.
This gentleman, the prince is near alive, my very friend, hath ta'en his mortal hurt in my behalf. My reputation stained with Tybalt's slander, Tybalt, that but an hour hath been my kinsman. O sweet Juliet, thy beauty hath made me effeminate, and in my temper softened valor's steel.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, brave Mercutio's dead. That gallant spirit hath aspired the clouds, which too untimely scorned the lowly earth.
This day's black fate on more days doth depend. This but begins the woe, others must end.
Here comes the furious Tybalt back again.
Alive, in triumph, and Mercutio slain. Away to heaven, respective lenity and fire-eyed fury be my conduct now. Now, Tybalt, take the villain back again that late thou gavest me, for Mercutio's soul is but a little way above the clouds, and stays for thine to follow him. For thou or I or both must go with him.
Thou wretched boy that didst consort him here, shalt with him hence.
This shall determine
Romeo, away, begone. The citizens are up and Tybalt slain. Stand not amazed. The prince will doom thee death if thou art taken. Hence, begone away.
Oh, I am fortune's fool.
Why dost thou stay?
Which way ran he that killed Mercutio? That murderer Tybalt, which way ran he?
There lies that Tybalt.
Up, sir, go with me. I charge thee in the prince's name, obey.
Make way for the prince.
Where are the vile beginners of this fray?
Oh, noble prince, I can discover all the unlucky manage of this fatal brawl. There lies the man slain by young Romeo that slew thy kinsman, brave Mercutio.
Tybalt, my cousin! Oh, my brother's child! Oh, prince! Oh, cousin! Husband, all the blood is spilled on my dear kinsman! Prince, as thou art true for blood of ours, shed blood of Montague! Oh, cousin, cousin!
Benvolio, who began this bloody fray?
Tybalt here slain, whom Romeo's hand did slay. Romeo that spoke him fair, bid him bethink how nice the quarrel was, and urged withal your high displeasure. All this uttered with gentle breath, calm look, knees humbly bowed, could not take truce with the unruly spleen of Tybalt deaf to peace, but that he tilts with piercing steel at bold Mercutio's breast.
He is a kinsman of the Montague. Affection makes him false, he speaks not true. Some 20 of them fought in this black strife, and all those 20 could but kill one life. I beg for justice which thou, prince, must give. Romeo slew Tybalt. Romeo must not live.
Romeo slew him. He slew Mercutio. Who now the price of his dear blood doth owe?
Not Romeo, prince. He was Mercutio's friend. His fault concludes but what the law should end, the life of Tybalt.
And for that offense, immediately we do exile him hence. I will be deaf to pleading and excuses. Nor tears nor prayers shall purchase out abuses, therefore use none. Let Romeo hence in haste, else when he's found, that hour is his last. Bear hence this body, and attend our will. Mercy but murders, pardoning those that kill.
Gallop apace, you fiery-footed steeds, towards Phoebus' lodging. Such a wagoner as Phaeton would whip you to the west and bring in cloudy night immediately. Spread thy close curtain, love performing night, that runaways' eyes may wink, and Romeo leap to these arms, untalked of and unseen. Lovers may see to do their amorous rites by their own beauties. Or if love be blind, it best agrees with night. Come, civil night, thou sober-suited matron, all in black, and learn me how to lose a winning match, played for a pair of stainless maidenhoods. Would my unmanned blood bating in my cheeks with thy black mantle, till strange love, grown bold, think true love acted, simple modesty. Come night, come Romeo, come thou day in night, for thou wilt lie upon the wings of night, whiter than new snow on a raven's back. Come, gentle night, come, loving, black-browed night. Give me my Romeo, and when he shall die, take him and cut him out in little stars, and he will make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with night and pay no worship to the garish sun. Oh, I have bought the mansion of a love, but not possessed it. And though I am sold, not yet enjoyed. So tedious is this day, as is the night before some festival to an impatient child that hath new robes, but may not wear them. Oh, here comes my nurse. Hope she brings news, and any tongue that speaks but Romeo's name speaks heavenly eloquence. Now, nurse, what news? What hast thou there? The cords that Romeo bid thee fetch.
Aye, the cords.
I mean, what news? Why dost thou wring thy hands?
Ah, well-a-day, he's dead, he's dead, he's dead. We are undone, lady, we are undone. Alack the day, he's gone, he's killed, he's dead.
Can heaven be so envious?
Romeo can, though heaven cannot. I saw the wound, I saw it with mine eyes. God save the mark here on his manly breast. A piteous corse, a bloody piteous corse. Pale, pale as ashes, all bedaubed in blood, all in gore blood. I swooned at the sight.
Oh, break my heart. Poor bankrupt, break at once. To prison eyes ne'er look on liberty. Vile earth to earth resign, end motion here. And thou and Romeo press one heavy bier.
Oh, Tybalt, Tybalt, the best friend I had. Oh, courteous Tybalt, honest gentleman, that ever I should live to see thee dead.
What storm is this that blows so contrary? Is Romeo slaughtered and is Tybalt dead?
Tybalt is gone, and Romeo banished. Romeo that murdered him is banished.
Oh, God. Did Romeo's hand shed Tybalt's blood?
It did, alas, the day it did.
Oh, serpent heart hid with a flowering face. Did ever dragon keep so fair a cave? Beautiful tyrant, fiend angelical, just opposite to what thou justly seemst, a damned saint, an honorable villain. Was ever book containing such vile matter so fairly bound? Oh, that deceit should dwell in such a gorgeous palace.
There's no trust, no faith, no honesty in men. All perjured, all forsworn, all naught, all dissemblers. Ah, where's my man? Give me some aqua vitae. These griefs, these woes, these sorrows make me old. Shame come to Romeo.
Blistered be thy tongue for such a wish. He was not born to shame. Upon his brow shame is ashamed to sit, for 'tis a throne where honor may be crowned sole monarch of the universal earth. Oh, what a beast was I to chide at him.
Will you speak well of him that killed your cousin?
Shall I speak ill of him that is my husband? Oh, poor my lord, what tongue shall smooth thy name when I, thy 3 hours' wife, have mangled it? But wherefore, villain, didst thou kill my cousin? That villain cousin would have killed my husband. All this is comfort. Wherefore weep I then? Some word there was, worser than Tybalt's death that murdered me. I would forget it fain, but oh, it presses to my memory like damned guilty deeds to sinners' minds. Tybalt is dead, and Romeo banished. That banished, that one word, banished, hath slain 10,000 Tybalts. Tybalt's death was woe enough if it had ended there, but with a rearward following Tybalt's death, Romeo is banished. To speak that word is father, mother, Tybalt, Romeo, Juliet, all slain, all dead. Romeo is banished. Oh. There is no end, no limit, measure bound in that word's death. No words can that woe sound. Where is my father and my mother, nurse?
Weeping and wailing over Tybalt's corse. Will you go to them? I will bring you thither.
Wash they his wounds with tears. Mine shall be spent when theirs are dry. For Romeo's banishment. Take up those cords. Oh, poor ropes. You are beguiled, both you and I. For Romeo is exiled. He made you for a highway to my bed. But I, a maid, die maiden widowed. Come, cords. Come, nurse. I'll to my wedding bed. And death, not Romeo, take my maiden head.
Hide to your chamber. I'll find Romeo to comfort you. I wot well where he is. Harkye, your Romeo will be here at night. I'll to him. He is hid at Laurence's cell.
Oh, find him. Give this ring to my true knight, and bid him come to take his last farewell.
Romeo, come forth. Come forth, thou fearful man. Affliction is enamored of thy parts, and thou art wedded to calamity.
Father, what news? What is the prince's doom? What sorrow craves acquaintance at my hand that I yet know not?
Too familiar is my dear son with such sour company. I bring thee tidings of the prince's doom.
What less than doomsday is the prince's doom?
A gentler judgment vanished from his lips. Not body's death, but body's banishment.
Banishment? Be merciful, say death. For exile hath more terror in his looks, much more than death. Do not say banishment.
Here from Verona art thou banished? Be patient, for the world is broad and wide.
There is no world without Verona walls. But purgatory, torture, hell itself. Hence banished is banished from the world, and world's exile is death. Calling death banished, thou cutt'st my head up with a golden axe, and smilest upon the stroke that murders me.
O monstrous sin! O rude unthankfulness! Thy fault our law calls death, but the mild prince, taking thy part, hath rushed aside the law and turned that black word death to banishment. This is mere mercy, and thou seest it.
'Tis torture and not mercy. Heaven is here where Juliet lives. And every cat and dog and little mouse, every unworthy thing live here in heaven and may look on her, but Romeo may not. More validity, more honorable state, more courtship lives in carrion flies than Romeo. They may seize on the white wonder of dear Juliet's hand and steal immortal blessings from her lips. But Romeo may not. He is banished. And sayest thou yet that exile is not death? Hadst thou no poison mixed, no sharp ground knife, no sudden mean of death, though ne'er so mean, but banished to kill me? Banished! O Friar, the damned use that word in hell. Howling attends it. How hadst thou the heart, being a divine, a ghostly confessor, a sin absolver, and my friend professed, to mangle me with that word banished?
Thou fond mad man, hear me but speak a word.
Oh, thou wilt speak again of banishment.
I'll give thee armor to keep off that word. At first it is sweet milk philosophy, to comfort thee, though thou be banished.
Yet banished! Hang up philosophy! No. Unless philosophy can make a Juliet, displant a town, reverse a prince's doom, it helps not, it prevails not, speak no more!
Oh, then I see that madmen have no ears.
Why should they when that wise men have no eyes?
Let me dispute with thee of thy estate.
Thou canst not speak of what thou dost not feel, but thou as young as I. Juliet, thy love, now are but married, Tybalt murdered, doting like me and like me banished. Then mightst thou speak. Then mightst thou tear thy hair and fall upon the ground as I do now, taking the measure of an unmade grave.
Rise, one knocks. Good Romeo, hide thyself. Hark how they knock. Who's there? Romeo, arise, thou wilt be taken. Stay a while. Stand up. Run to my study.
Fire die.
God's will, what simpleness is this?
I come.
Who knocks so hard? Whence come you? What's your will?
Let me come in and you shall know my errand. I come from Lady Juliet.
Welcome then.
Oh, Holy Friar. Oh, tell me, Holy Friar, where is my lady's lord? Where's Romeo?
There on the ground, with his own tears made drunk.
Oh, he is even in my mistress' case, just in her case. Even so lies she, blubbering and weeping, weeping and blubbering. Stand up, stand up. Stand and you be a man. For Juliet's sake, for her sake, rise and stand. Why should you fall into so deep an hole?
Oh, nurse.
Ah, sir. Well, death's the end of all.
Speak'st thou of Juliet? How is't with her? Doth she not think me an old murderer? Now I have stained the childhood of our joy with blood, removed but little from her own. Where is she? And how doth she? And what says my concealed lady to our cancelled love?
Oh, she says nothing, sir, but weeps and pules, and now falls on her bed, and then starts up, and Tybalt calls, and then on Romeo cries, and then down falls again.
As if that name shot from the deadly level of a gun did murder her. As that name's cursed hand murdered her kinsman. Tell me, Friar, tell me, in what vile part of my anatomy doth my name lodge? Tell me that I may sack the hateful mansion!
Hold thy desperate hand! Art thou a man? Thy form cries out thou art. Thy tears are womanish. Thy wild acts denote the unreasonable fury of a beast. Thou hast amazed me. By my holy order, I thought thy disposition better tempered. Hast thou slain Tybalt? Wouldst thou slay thyself, and slay thy lady who in thy life lives, by doing damned hate upon thyself? What roused thee, man? Thy Juliet is alive, for whose dear sake thou wouldst be lately dead. There art thou happy. Tybalt would kill thee, but thou slayest Tybalt. There art thou happy too. The law that threatened death becomes thy friend and turns it to exile. There art thou happy. A pack of blessings lights upon thy back. Happiness courts thee in her best array, but like a misbehaved and sullen wench, thou frownst upon the fate that smiles on thee. Take heed, for such die miserable. Go, get thee to thy love, as was decreed. Ascend her chamber, hence and comfort her. But look thou stay not till the watch be set, for then thou canst not pass to Mantua, where thou shalt live till we can find a time to blaze your marriage, reconcile your friends, beg pardon of the prince, and call thee back with 200,000 times more joy than thou wentst forth in lamentation. Go before nurse, commend me to thy lady, and bid her hasten all the house to bed, which heavy sorrow makes them apt to do. Romeo is coming.
Oh, Lord, I could have stayed here all the night to hear good counsel. Oh, what learning is. My lord, I'll tell my lady you will come.
Do so. And bid my sweet prepare to chide.
Oh, sir, a ring she bid me give you, sir. Oh, why you make haste, for it grows very late.
Oh, how well my comfort is revived by this.
Go hence, good night. And here stands all your state. Either be gone before the watch be set, or by the break of day disguised from hence. Sojourn in Mantua. I'll find out your man, and he shall signify from time to time every good hap to you that chances here. Give me thy hand. 'Tis late. Farewell. Good night.
But that a joy past joy calls out on me. It were a grief so brief to part from thee. Farewell.
Things have fallen out, Sir Paris, so unluckily, that we have had no time to move our daughter. Look you, she loved her kinsman Tybalt dearly, and so did I. Well, we were born to die. 'Tis very late. She'll not come down tonight. I promise you, but for your company, I should have been in bed an hour ago.
These times of woe afford no times to woo. Madam, good night. Commend me to your daughter.
I will, and know her mind early tomorrow. Tonight she's mewed up to her heaviness.
Sir Paris, I will make a desperate tender of my child's love. I think she will be ruled in all respects by me. Nay more, I doubt it not. Wife, go you to her ere you go to bed. Acquaint her here of my son Paris' love. And bid her, mark you me, on Wednesday next. But stop, what day is it?
Monday, my lord.
Monday? Oh. Well, Wednesday is too soon. Or Thursday let it be. Or Thursday tell her she shall be married to this noble earl. Will you be ready? Do you like this haste? We'll keep no greater ado, a friend or two. For hark you, Tybalt being slain so late, it will be thought we held him carelessly, being our kinsman, if we revel much. Therefore we'll have some half a dozen friends, and there an end. But what say you to Thursday?
My lord, I would that Thursday were tomorrow.
Well, get you gone. Or Thursday be it then. Go you to Juliet ere you go to bed. Prepare her wife against this wedding day. Farewell, my lord. Light to my chamber, ho! For me, 'tis so very, very late that we may call it early by and by. Good night.
Wilt thou be gone? It is not yet near day. It was the nightingale and not the lark that pierced the fearful hollow of thine ear. Nightly she sings in yond pomegranate tree. Believe me, love, it was the nightingale.
It was the lark, the herald of the morn, no nightingale. Look, love, what envious streaks do lace the severing clouds in yonder east. Night's candles are burnt out. and jocund day stands tiptoe on the misty mountain tops. I must be gone and live or stay and die.
Yon light is not daylight. I know it, I. It is some meteor that the sun exhales, to be to thee this night a torch-bearer, and light thee on thy way to Mantua. Therefore stay yet. Thou needst not to be gone.
Let me be ta'en. Let me be put to death. I'm content, so thou wilt have it so. I'll say yon grey is not the morning's eye. 'Tis but the pale reflex of Cynthia's brow. No, that is not the lark, whose notes do pierce the vaulty heavens so high above our heads. I have more care to stay than will to go. Come, death, and welcome. Juliet wills it so. How is't, my soul? Let's talk. It is not day.
It is. It is. Hie hence. Be gone. Away. It is the lark that sings so out of tune, straining harsh discords and unpleasing sharps. Some say the lark makes sweet division. This doth not so, for she divideth us. Some say the lark and loathed toad change eyes. Oh, now I would they had changed voices too, since arm from arm this voice doth us affray, hunting thee hence with hunts up to the day. Oh, now be gone. More light and light it grows.
More light and light. More dark and dark our woes.
Madam.
Nurse.
Your lady mother is coming to your chamber. The day is broke. Be wary. Look about.
Then window. Let day in. And let life out.
Farewell. Farewell. One kiss and I'll descend.
Art thou gone so? My love, my lord, my friend, I must hear from thee every day and the hour, for in a minute there are many days. Oh, by this count I shall be much in years ere I again behold my Romeo.
Farewell. I will omit no opportunity that may convey my greetings, love, to thee.
Oh, think'st thou we shall ever meet again?
I doubt it not. And all these woes shall serve for sweet discourses in our time to come.
Oh, God, I have an ill divining soul. Methinks I see thee now thou art below, as one dead in the bottom of a tomb. Either my eyesight fails, or thou look'st pale.
And believe me, love, in my eyes so do you. Dry sorrow drinks our blood. Adieu. Adieu.
Fortune, fortune. All men call thee fickle. If thou art fickle, what dost thou with him that is renowned for faith? Be fickle, fortune, for then I hope thou wilt not keep him long, but send him back.
Oh, daughter, are you up?
Who is that calls? Is my lady mother? What unaccustomed cause procures her hither?
Why, how now, Juliet?
Madam, I am not well.
Evermore weeping for your cousin's death? What wilt thou wash him from his grave with tears? And if thou couldst not make him live. Therefore have done. Some grief shows much of love, but much of grief shows still some want of wit.
Still let me weep for such a feeling loss.
So shall you feel the loss, but not the friend which you weep for.
Feeling so the loss, I cannot choose but ever weep the friend.
Well, girl, thou weepst not so much for his death as that the villain lives which slaughtered him.
What villain, madam?
That same villain Romeo.
Villain and he be many miles asunder. God pardon him. I do with all my heart. And yet, No man like he doth grieve my heart.
That is because the traitor murderer lives.
I, madam, from the reach of these my hands. Would none but I might venge my cousin's death.
We will have vengeance for it, fear thou not. But now I'll tell thee joyful tidings, girl.
And joy comes well in such a needful time. What are they, I beseech your ladyship?
Well then, thou hast a careful father, girl. One who, to put thee from thy heaviness, hath sorted out a sudden day of joy that thou expectst not, nor I look not for.
Madam, in happy time, what day is that?
Marry, my child, early next Thursday morn, the gallant, young, and noble gentleman, the County Paris, at St. Peter's Church, shall happily make thee there a joyful bride.
No, by St. Peter's Church and Peter too, he shall not make me there a joyful bride. Oh, I wonder at his haste, that I must wed ere he that should be husband comes to woo. I pray you, tell my lord and father, madam, I will not marry yet, and when I do, I swear it shall be Romeo, whom you know I hate rather than Paris. These are news indeed.
When the sun sets, the air doth drizzle dew.
Here comes your father. Tell him so yourself and see how he will take it at your hands.
But for the sunset of my brother's son, it rains downright. How now, a candid girl? What, still in tears, evermore showering? How now, wife? Have you delivered to her our decree?
Aye, sir, but she will none, she gives you thanks. I would the fool were married to her grave.
Soft, take me with you, wife. How? Will she none? Does she not give us thanks? Is she not proud? Does she not count her blessed, unworthy as she is, that we have wrought so worthy a gentleman to be her bridegroom?
Not proud you have, but thankful that you have. Proud I can never be of what I hate, but thankful even for hate which is meant love.
How? Shop logic? What is this? Proud, and I thank you not, and yet not proud. Mistress Minion you, thank me no thankings, nor proud me no prouds, but fettle your fine joints on Thursday next, to go with Paris to St. Peter's Church, or I will drag thee on a hurdle thither. Out, you green sickness carrion! Out, you baggage! You tallow face!
Fie, what are you, mad?
Good father, I beseech you on my knees, hear me with patience, but to speak a word.
Hang thee, young baggage, disobedient wretch! I tell thee what, get thee to church o' Thursday, or never after look me in the face.
Oh.
Speak not, reply not, do not answer me. My fingers itch. Wife, we scarce thought us blessed that God had lent us but this only child. But now I see this one is one too much, and that we have a cross in having her. Out on her, Hilding!
God in heaven bless her. You are to blame, my lord, to rate her so.
And why, my lady Wisdom? Hold your tongue, good Prudence. Smatter with your gossips. Go.
I speak no treason.
Oh, God, you good damn.
May not one speak.
Peace, you mumbling fool. Utter your gravity or a gossip's bowl, for here we need it not.
You are too hard.
God's bread. It makes me mad. Day, night, hour, tide, time, work, play. Alone, in company. Still my care hath been to have her matched. And having now provided a gentleman of noble parentage, of fair demeans, youthful and nobly trained, stuffed, as they say, with honorable parts, proportioned as one's heart would wish a man, and then to have a wretched, puling fool, a whining mammet in her fortune's tender, to answer, I'll not wed, I cannot love, I am too young, I pray you pardon me. Pardon you will not wed, I'll pardon you. Graze where you will, you shall not house with me. Look to't, think on't, I do not use to jest. Thursday is near, lay hand on heart, advise. An you be mine, I'll give you to my friend. An you be not, hang, beg, starve, die in the streets. For by my soul, I'll ne'er acknowledge thee, nor what is mine shall never do thee good. Trust to it, bethink you. I'll not be forsworn.
Is there no pity sitting in the clouds that sees into the bottom of my grief? Oh, sweet my mother, cast me not away. Delay this marriage for a month, a week.
Talk not to me, for I'll not speak a word. Do as thou wilt, for I have done with thee.
Oh, God! Oh, nurse, how shall this be prevented? My husband is on earth, my faith in heaven. How shall that faith return again to earth unless that husband send it me from heaven by leaving earth? Comfort me. Counsel me. What sayest thou? Hast not a word of joy? Some comfort, nurse?
Faith, here it is. Romeo is banished, and all the world and nothing that he dares ne'er come back to challenge you. Or if he do, needs must be by stealth. Then, since the case so stands as now it doth, I think 'twere best you married with the county. Oh, he's a lovely gentleman. Romeo's a dishclout to him. An eagle, madam, hath not so green, so quick, so fair an eye as Paris hath. Beshrew my very heart, I think you are happy in this second match, for it excels your first. Or if it did not, your first is dead, or 'twere as good he were, as living here, and you no use in him.
Speak'st thou from thy heart?
And from my soul, too, else beshrew them both.
Amen. Thou hast comforted me marvellous much. Go in, and tell my lady I am gone, having displeased my father, to Laurence cell, to make confession and to be absolved.
Marry, I will, and this is wisely done.
Ancient damnation. O most wicked fiend, is it more sin to wish me thus forsworn, or to dispraise my lord with that same tongue that hath praised him with above compare so many 1,000 times? Go, counsellor. Thou and my bosom henceforth shall be twain. I'll to the friar to know his remedy. If all else fail, myself have power to die.
On Thursday, County Paris. The time is very short.
My father Capulet will have it so, and I am nothing slow to slack his haste.
You say you do not know the lady's mind. Uneven is the course, I like it not.
Immoderately she weeps for Tybalt's death. Therefore have I little talked of love, for Venus smiles not in a house of tears. Now, sir, her father counts it dangerous that she doth give her sorrow so much sway, and in his wisdom hastes our marriage to stop the inundation of her tears. Now do you know the reason of this haste?
I would I knew not why it should be stayed. Here comes the lady.
Welcome, my love, my lady and my wife.
That may be, sir, when I may be your wife.
That may be, must be, love, on Thursday next.
What must be, shall be.
That's a certain text.
Come you to make confession to this friar?
To answer that, I should confess to you.
Do not deny to him that you love me.
I will confess to you that I love him. Are you at leisure, Holy Father, now, or shall I come to you at evening mass?
My leisure serves me, pensive daughter, now. My lord, we must entreat the time alone.
God shield I should disturb devotion. Juliet, on Thursday early will I rouse ye. Till then, adieu, and keep this holy kiss.
Go shut the door, and when thou hast done so, come weep with me. Past hope, past cure, past help.
Ah, Juliet, I already know thy grief. It strains me past the compass of my wits. I hear thou must, and nothing may prorogue it, on Thursday next be married to this county.
Tell me not, Friar, that thou hearest of this, unless thou tell me how I may prevent it. If in thy wisdom thou canst find no help, do thou but call my resolution wise. And with this knife I'll help it presently. God join my heart and Romeo's thou our hands. And ere this hand by thee to Romeo sealed shall be the label to another deed, or my true heart with treacherous revolt turn to another, this shall slay them both.
Hold, daughter. I do spy a kind of hope, which craves as desperate an execution as that is desperate which we would prevent. If, rather than to marry County Paris, thou hast the strength of will to slay thyself, 'tis not unlike that thou wilt undertake a thing like death to chide away the shame. And if thou darest, I'll give thee remedy.
Oh, bid me leap rather than marry Paris from off the battlements of yonder tower, or shut me nightly in a charnel house, or covered quite with dead men's rattling bones. Or bid me go into a new-made grave, and hide me with a dead man in his shroud. Things that to hear them told have made me tremble. And I will do it without fear or doubt, to live an unstained wife to my sweet love.
Hold then. Go home. Be merry. Give consent to marry Paris. Wednesday is tomorrow. Tomorrow night, look that thou lie alone. Let not thy nurse lie with thee in thy chamber. Take this vial, being then in bed, and this distilled liquor drink thou off, when presently through all thy veins shall run a cold and drowsy humour. No pulse shall keep his native progress, but surcease. No warmth, no breath shall testify thou livest. The roses in thy lips and cheeks shall fade to paly ashes. Thy eyes' windows fall like death when he shuts up the day of life. And in this borrowed likeness of shrunk death, thou shalt continue 42 hours, and then awake, as from a pleasant sleep. Now when the bridegroom in the morning comes to rouse thee from thy bed, there art thou dead. Then, as the manner of our country is, in thy best robes, uncovered on the bier, shalt thou be borne to that same ancient vault, where all the kindred of the Capulets lie. In the meantime, against thou shalt awake, shall Romeo by my letters know our drift, and hither shall he come, and he and I will watch thy waking, and that very night shall Romeo bear thee hence to Mantua. And this shall free thee from this present shame, if no inconstant toy, nor womanish fear abate thy valor in the acting it.
Give me, oh, give me, tell not me of fear.
Hold, get you gone. Be strong and prosperous in this resolve. I'll send a friar with speed to Mantua, with my letters to thy lord.
Love, give me strength, and strength shall help afford. Farewell, dear father.
So many guests invite as here are writ. Sirrah, go hire me 20 cunning cooks.
You shall have none ill, sir, for I'll try if they can lick their fingers.
How canst thou try them so?
Marry, sir, 'tis an ill cook that cannot lick his own fingers. Therefore, he that cannot lick his fingers goes not with me.
Oh, go, begone. We shall be much unfurnished for this time. What? Is my daughter gone to Friar Laurence?
Aye, forsooth.
Well, he may chance to do some good on her. A peevish, self-willed harlotry it is.
See where she comes from shrift with merry look.
How now, my headstrong? Where have you been getting?
Where I have learned me to repent the sin of disobedient opposition towards you and your behests, and am enjoined by holy Laurence to fall prostrate here and beg your pardon. Pardon, I beseech you. Henceforward I am ever ruled by you.
Send for the county. Go, tell him of this. I'll have this knot knit up tomorrow morning.
I met the youthful lord at Laurencell, and gave him what becometh love I might, not stepping o'er the bounds of modesty.
Why, I'm glad on it. This is well. Stand up. This is as it should be. Let me see the county. Aye, Mary, go, I say, and fetch him hither. Now, for God, this reverend holy friar, all our whole city is much bound to him.
Nurse, will you go with me into my closet and help me sort such needful ornaments as you think fit to furnish me tomorrow?
No, not till Thursday. There is time enough.
Go, nurse. Go with her. We'll to church tomorrow.
Oh, we shall be short in our provision. 'Tis now near night.
Tush, I will stir about, and all things will be well, I promise thee, wife. Go thou to Juliet. Help to deck up her. I'll not to bed tonight. Let me alone. I'll play the hussy for this once. What ho! Is that all forth? Well, I will walk myself to County Paris to prepare him up against tomorrow. My heart is wondrous light now this same wayward girl is so reclaimed.
Aye, those attires are best. But, gentle nurse, I prithee, leave me to myself tonight. For I have need of many orisons to move the heavens to smile upon my state, which well thou knowest is cross and full of sin.
What, are you busy? Need you my help?
No, madam, we have culled such necessaries as are behoveful for our state tomorrow. So please you, let me now be left alone. And let the nurse this night sit up with you. For I'm sure you have your hands full all of this so sudden business.
Good night. Get thee to bed and rest, for thou hast need. Come, nurse.
Farewell. God knows when we shall meet again. I have a faint, cold fear thrills through my veins that almost freezes up the heat of life. I'll call them back again to comfort me. Nurse! What should she do here? My dismal scene I needs must act alone. Come, vial. What if it be a poison, which the friar subtly hath ministered to have me dead, lest in this marriage he should be dishonored, because he married me before to Romeo. I fear it is. And yet methinks I should not, for he hath still been tried a holy man. How if, when I am laid into the tomb, I wake before the time that Romeo come to redeem me? There's a fearful point. Shall I not then be stifled in the vault, to whose foul mouth no healthsome air breathes in, and there die strangled ere my Romeo come? Or if I live, is it not very like the horrible conceit of death and night, together with the terror of the place, as in a vault, an ancient receptacle, where for these many 100 years the bones of all my buried ancestors are packed, where bloody Tybalt, yet but green in earth, lies festering in his shroud, where, as they say, at some hours of the night, spirits resort. Alack, alack, is it not like that I, so early waking, what with loathsome smells and shrieks like mandrakes torn out of the earth, that living mortals hearing them run mad? Oh, if I live, shall I not be distraught, environed with all these hideous fears, madly play with my forefathers' joints, and plot
the mangled Tybalt from his shroud. And in this rage, with some great kinsman's bone as with a club, dash out my desperate brains. Look, methinks I see my cousin's ghost, seeking out Romeo, that did spit his body upon a rapier's point. Stay, Tybalt, stay! Romeo, I come. This do I drink to thee.
If I may trust the flattering truth of sleep, my dreams presage some joyful news at hand. My bosom's lord sits lightly in his throne, and all this day an unaccustomed spirit lifts me above the ground with cheerful thoughts. I dreamt my lady came and found me dead. Strange dream that gives a dead man leave to think, and breathed such life with kisses in my lips, that I revived and was an emperor. Ah me, how sweet is love itself possessed, when but love's shadows are so rich in joy.
My lord.
News from Verona. How now, Balthasar? Dost thou not bring me letters from the friar? How doth my lady? Is my father well? But how doth my Juliet? That I ask again. If she be well, then nothing can be ill.
Then nothing can be ill, for she is well. Her body sleeps in Capel's monument, and her immortal parts with angels dwell. I saw her laid low in her kindred's vault, and presently took post to tell it you. Oh, pardon me for bringing these ill news, since you did leave it for my office, sir.
Is it even so? Then I defy you, stars. Thou knowest my lodging. Fetch me ink and paper, and hire post horses. I will hence to-night.
I do beseech you, sir, have patience. Your looks are pale and wild, and do import some misadventure.
Tush, thou art deceived. Get thee hence and do the thing I bid thee do. Hast thou no letters to me from the friar?
No, my good lord.
No matter. Get thee gone. And hire those horses. I'll be with thee straight. Well, Juliet, I will lie with thee tonight. Let's see for means. Oh, mischief, thou art swift to enter in the thoughts of desperate men. I do remember an apothecary, and hereabouts a dwells, which late I noted in tattered weeds with overwhelming brows, culling of simples. Meager were his looks. Sharp misery had worn him to the bones. And in his needy shop, a tortoise hung, an alligator stuffed, and other skins of ill-shaped fishes. And about his shelves a beggarly account of empty boxes, green earthen pots, bladders, musty seeds, remnants of pack-thread, and old cakes of roses were thinly scattered to make up a show. Noting this penury to myself, I said, and a man did need a poison now, whose sale is present death in Mantua. Here lives a caitiff wretch would sell it him. Ah, this same thought did but forerun my need. And this same needy man must sell it me. As I remember, this should be the place. Being holiday, the beggar's shop is shut. Oh no! Apothecary!
Who calls so loud?
Come hither, man. Here is 40 ducats. Let me have a dram of poison, such soon speeding gear as will disperse itself through all the veins, that the life-weary taker may fall dead.
Such mortal drugs I have, but Mantua's law is death to any he that utters them.
Art thou so bad, and full of wretchedness, and fierce to die? Famine is in thy cheeks, need and oppression starveth in thy eyes. Contempt and beggary hangs upon thy back. The world is not thy friend, nor the world's law. The world affords no law to make thee rich. Then be not poor, but break it and take this.
My poverty and not my will consents.
I pay thy poverty and not thy will.
Put this in any liquid thing you will and drink it off. And if you had the strength of 20 men, it would dispatch you straight.
There is thy gold. Worse poison to men's souls, doing more murder in this loathsome world than these poor compounds that thou mayst not sell. I sell thee poison. Thou hast sold me none. Farewell. Buy food. Get thyself in flesh. Come cordial and not poison. Go with me to Juliet's grave, for there must I use thee.
Holy Franciscan Friar! Brother! Oh!
This same should be the voice of Friar John. Welcome from Mantua. What says Romeo? Or if his mind be writ, give me his letter.
Going to find a barefoot brother out, one of our order to associate me, and finding him here in the city visiting the sick, the searchers of the town, suspecting that we both were in a house where the infectious pestilence did reign, sealed up the doors and would not let us forth, so that my speed to Mantua there was stayed.
Who bore my letter then to Romeo?
I could not send it. Here it is again. Nor get a messenger to bring it thee, so fearful were they of infection.
Unhappy fortune, by my brotherhood the letter was not nice, but full of charge, of dear import, and the neglecting it may do some danger. Friar John, go hence, get me an iron crow, and bring it straight unto my cell.
I'll go, brother, and bring it thee.
Now must I to the monument, alone. Within these 3 hours will fair Juliet wake. She will beshrew me much that Romeo hath had no notice of these accidents, but I will write again to Mantua, and keep her at my cell till Romeo come. Poor living corse, closed in a dead man's tomb.
Stand aloof. Oh, you put it out, for I would not be seen. Under yonder yew trees lay thee all along, holding thine ear close to the hollow ground. So shall no foot upon the churchyard tread, being loose, unfirm, with digging up of graves, but thou shalt hear it. Whistle then to me a signal that thou hearest something approach. Give me those flowers. Do as I bid thee. Go.
I am almost afraid to stand alone here in the churchyard. Yet I will adventure.
Sweet flower, with flowers thy bridal bed I strew. Oh, woe, thy canopy is dust and stones, which with sweet water nightly I will dew. Or wanting that, with tears distilled by moans. The obsequies that I for thee will keep, nightly shall be to strew thy grave and weep. The boy gives warning something to approach. Light with the torch. Muffle me night a while.
Give me that mattock and this wrenching iron. Give me the light. On thy life I charge thee. Whatsoe'er thou hearest or seest, stand all aloof and do not interrupt me in my course.
I will be gone, sir, and not trouble you.
So thou wilt show me friendship. Hold. Take thou that. Live and be prosperous. Farewell, good fellow.
For all this same, I'll hide me hereabout. His looks I fear, and his intents I doubt.
Thou detestable maw, thou womb of death, gorged with the dearest morsel of the earth. Thus I enforce thy rotten jaws to open, and in despite I'll cram thee with more food.
Stop thy unhallowed toil, vile Montague. Can vengeance be pursued further than death? Condemned villain, I do apprehend thee. Obey and go with me, for thou must die.
I must indeed, and therefore came I hither. Good gentle youth, tempt not a desperate man. Fly hence and leave me. Think upon these gone, let them affright thee. I beseech thee, youth, put not another sin upon my head by urging me to fury. Oh, now begone. By heaven, I love thee better than myself, for I come hither armed against myself. Stay not, begone. Live, and hereafter say a madman's mercy bid thee run away.
I do defy thy conjurations, and apprehend thee for a felon here.
Wilt thou provoke me? Then have at thee, boy.
Oh, Lord, they fight. I will go call the watch.
Ah! I'm slain. If thou be merciful, open the tomb. Lay me with Juliet.
In faith I will. Let me peruse this face. Mercutio's kinsman, the noble County Paris. What said my man when my betossed soul did not attend him as we rode? I think he told me Paris should have married Juliet. Said he not so? Or did I dream it so? Or am I mad hearing him speak of Juliet to think it was so? Oh, give me thy hand, one writ with me in sour misfortune's book. I'll bury thee in a triumphant grave. A grave? Oh no, a lantern slaughtered youth. For here lies Juliet, and her beauty makes this vault a feasting presence full of light. Death, lie thou there by a dead man interred. How oft, when men are at the point of death, have they been merry, which their keepers call a lightning before death? Oh, how may I call this a lightning? Oh, my love, my wife. Death that hath sucked the honey of thy breath hath had no power yet upon thy beauty. Thou art not conquered. Beauty's ensign yet is crimson in thy lips and in thy cheeks, and death's pale flag is not advanced there. Tybalt, liest thou there in thy bloody sheet. Oh, what more favor can I do to thee than with that hand that cut thy youth in twain, to sunder his that was thine enemy? Forgive me, cousin. Oh, dear Juliet, why art thou yet so fair? Shall I believe that unsubstantial death is amorous, and that the lean, abhorred monster keeps thee here in dark to be his paramour? For fear of that, I still will stay with thee, and never from this palace of dim night depart again. Here will I remain with worms that are thy chambermaids. Oh, here will I set up my everlasting rest, and shake the yoke of inauspicious stars from this world-wearied flesh. Eyes, look your last. Arms, take your last embrace. And lips, oh, you the doors of breath, seal with a righteous kiss a dateless bargain to engrossing death. Come, bitter conduct. Come, unsavory guide. Thou desperate pilot, now at once run on the dashing rocks thy seasick weary bark. Here's to my love. Oh, true apothecary, thy drugs are quick. Thus with a kiss I die.
St. Francis be my speed. How oft tonight have my old feet stumbled at graves. Who's there?
Here's one, a friend, and one that knows you well.
Bliss be upon you. Tell me, my good friend, what torch is yon that vainly lends his light to grubs and eyeless skulls? As I discern, it burneth in the couple's monument.
It doth so, holy sir. And there's my master, one that you love.
Who is it?
Romeo.
How long hath he been here?
Full half an hour.
Go with me to the vault.
Oh, I dare not, sir. My master knows not but I am gone hence, and fearfully did menace me with death if I did stay to look in his intents.
Stay then. I'll go alone. Oh, much I fear some ill.
As I did sleep under this yew tree here, I dreamt my master and another fought, and that my master slew him.
Romeo? Alack, alack, what blood is this which stains the stony entrance of this sepulchre? What mean these masterless and gory swords to lie discoloured by this place of beasts? Romeo? Romeo! And pale. Who else? What, Paris too? And steeped in blood? Oh, what an unkind hour is guilty of this lamentable chance. The lady stirs.
O comfortable friar, where is my lord? I do remember well where I should be, and here I am. Where is my Romeo?
I hear some noise. Lady, come from that nest of death, contagion and unnatural sleep. A greater power than we can contradict hath thwarted our intents. Come, come away. Thy husband in thy bosom there lies dead. Stay not to question, for the watch is coming. Come, go, good Juliet. I dare no longer stay.
Go get thee hence, for I will not away. What's here? A cup closed in my true love's hand. Poison, I see, hath been his timeless end. churl, drunk all and left no friendly drop to help me after. I will kiss thy lips. Haply some poison yet doth hang on them, to make me die with a restorative. Thy lips are warm.
Lead, boy, which way?
Yea, noise, then I'll be brief. Oh, happy dagger, this is thy sheath. There rust. And let me die.
This is the place. There, where the torch doth burn. The ground is bloody. Search about the churchyard. Go, some of you. Whoe'er you find, attach. Pitiful sight. Here lies the County Paris slain. And Juliet bleeding, warm and newly dead, who here hath lain these 2 days buried. Go, tell the prince. Run to the Capulets. Raise up the Montagues. Some others search. Here's Romeo's man. We found him in the churchyard. Hold him in safety till the prince come hither.
Here is the friar that trembles, sighs, and weeps.
Great suspicion. Stay the friar too.
What misadventure is so early up that calls our person from our morning rest?
What can it be that they so shriek abroad?
The people in the streets cry Romeo, some Juliet, and some Paris, and all run with open outcry toward our monument.
What fear is this which startles in our ears?
Sovereign, here lies the County Paris slain, and Romeo dead, and Juliet dead before, warm and new kills.
Search, seek, and know how this foul murder comes.
Oh, heavens! Oh, wife, look how our daughter bleeds.
Oh, me. This sight of death is as a bell that warns my old age to a sepulchre.
Come, Montague, for thou art early up to see thy son and heir more early down.
Alas, my liege, my wife is dead tonight. Grief of my son's exile hath stopped her breath. What further woe conspires against mine age?
Look, and thou shalt see.
Oh, thou untaught, what manners is in this, to press before thy father to a grave?
Seal up the mouth of outrage for a while till we can clear these ambiguities. Bring forth the parties of suspicion.
I am the greatest, able to do least.
Then say at once what thou dost know it.
Romeo, there dead, was husband to this Juliet. I married them, and their stolen marriage day was Tybalt's doomsday, whose untimely death banished the new-made bridegroom from this city. It was for him, and not for Tybalt, Juliet pined. She came to me, and with wild looks bade me devise some means to rid her of her second marriage to County Paris. And tutored by my art, I gave to her the sleeping potion which so wrought on her the form of death.
Where's Romeo's man? What can he say in this?
I brought my master news of Juliet's death. And then in post he came from Mantua to this same place, to this same monument.
If aught in this miscarried through my fault, let my old life be sacrificed some hour before its time unto the rigor of severest law.
We still have known thee for a holy man. Where be these enemies? Capulet, Montague, see what a scourge is laid upon your hate, that heaven finds means to kill your joys with love.
Oh, brother Montague, give me thy hand. This is my daughter's jointure, for no more can I demand.
But I will give thee more, for I will raise her statue in pure gold, that whilst Verona by that name is known, there shall no figure at such rate be set as that of true and faithful Juliet.
As rich shall Romeo by his lady lie, poor sacrifices to our enmity.
A glooming peace this morning with it brings. The sun for sorrow will not show his head. Go hence to have more talk of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned and some punished. For never was a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo.